Joint pain after 60 is so common that many of us have come to accept it as normal. Morning stiffness, swollen fingers, aching knees. We hear it from friends, family, even doctors. But what if pain isn't a normal part of aging, just a sign that our bodies are asking for something different? In Japan, where elders often walk to the market well into their 80s, pain isn't seen as a punishment of age, but as a signal to listen more closely. Many people over 60 around the world are told to take pills, injections, or even prepare for surgery as their only options. Yet in Japanese homes, the medicine often begins on the plate, with gentle, healing foods passed down for generations. For decades, pain has been managed, not questioned. We're told it's just part of getting older. But in truth, much of the joint pain we experience comes from inflammation. A hidden fire inside the body that grows with stress, processed foods, and lack of movement. And what reduces inflammation? Not more pills. Often it's the right proteins, fibers, and natural compounds that calm the body from the inside out. In Japan, this wisdom isn't new, it's ancestral. We're not here to promise a miracle cure. That's not the Japanese way. But what we can say is this: small changes, repeated daily, can change how your body feels when you stand up, walk across the room, or climb stairs. So, before we talk about the top 3 Japanese plant proteins that soothe joint pain, let's begin with this shift in mindset. Pain may visit, but it doesn't have to stay. Your body is still capable of healing, with time, care, and the right nourishment. In Japan, protein doesn't always come from meat. For centuries, Buddhist monks in Japan followed a plant-based tradition called Shojin Ryori, a spiritual cuisine focused on balance, simplicity, and healing. Even today, many Japanese elders consume most of their daily protein from plants: tofu, miso, natto, edamame, and sea vegetables. These ingredients are not only gentle on the stomach, they also reduce inflammation and support joint repair. Modern Western culture often views protein through the lens of meat, steaks, chicken, protein powders. But in Japan, protein-rich plants are part of daily life, not a health trend. And here's the surprising part. Despite eating far less animal protein, Japanese elders often retain better muscle strength and joint mobility into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s. Their diet provides not just protein, but also phytonutrients, fermented enzymes, and anti-inflammatory compounds that support aging bodies. One reason plant-based protein is so effective for joint pain is that it doesn't come with the same inflammatory load as red meat. Processed meats, for example, have been linked to joint stiffness and higher inflammation markers in older adults. And unlike high doses of synthetic supplements, plant-based protein is absorbed gradually and gently. That means less burden on your liver and kidneys and more steady support for muscles, joints, and bones. When you combine plant proteins with other healing foods, like seaweed, mushrooms, and fermented soy, you get a powerful anti-inflammatory synergy. It's not one food doing the magic. It's the rhythm and simplicity of meals repeated daily over decades. So as we move to the next section, remember this: Japanese plant proteins aren't exotic secrets. They're everyday foods, used not for trends, but for preserving strength and reducing pain over time. 1. Tofu, the gentle protein. That rebuilds and protects tofu is a staple in Japanese homes, soft, mild, and full of benefits. Made from soybeans, tofu is rich in plant-based protein and contains natural compounds called isoflavones, known for their anti-inflammatory and bone-supportive effects. As we age, we lose muscle, and that loss increases stress on the joints. Tofu helps replenish muscle mass while calming the internal inflammation that often fuels pain and stiffness. One reason tofu is so effective is its digestibility. It's easy on aging digestive systems and doesn't strain the liver like many protein powders. It also contains calcium and magnesium, minerals that support bone density and joint flexibility. In Japan, Tofu is often eaten chilled in summer or added to soups in winter, a symbol of harmony with the seasons. It's not just food, it's part of a ritual of care. 2. Miso, fermented protein. That heals from within miso is more than a seasoning. It's a living food made from fermented soybeans, often aged for months or years. This fermentation process creates enzymes and probiotics that support gut health, which plays a critical role in reducing chronic inflammation. Studies show that people with a healthy gut microbiome experience less joint pain and improved mobility. Miso helps rebalance that microbiome and offers complete plant protein in every spoonful. Unlike broth cubes or instant soups, real miso is alive. It must never be boiled or its healing bacteria will die. That's why in Japan, miso is stirred in after cooking as an act of respect. 3. Edamame, the green pod that nourishes joints. Edamame are young soybeans harvested before maturity and eaten whole in their pods. They're high in complete protein, fiber, and antioxidants like vitamin K and folate, nutrients essential for joint repair and bone health. Unlike red meat, edamame doesn't trigger inflammatory pathways in the body. Instead, it supports collagen formation and helps protect cartilage, especially in knees and hips. Edamame is easy to prepare. Just steam or boil for 5 minutes and sprinkle with sea salt. It's a snack, a side dish, or even a breakfast addition in Japanese culture. Beyond nutrition, edamame connects people. In Okinawa, elders often gather over small plates of vegetables and legumes, and movement follows naturally. First comes the food, then comes the energy to live. You don't need to move to Japan or change your entire lifestyle to feel better. What matters most is consistency, and that starts with small, doable steps. Let's start with tofu. You can sauté it like chicken, grill it, or add it to vegetable soup. Just choose firm or extra firm tofu for better texture. Add it to a salad instead of meat. Blend it into smoothies for a creamier texture and a protein boost. Or simply replace scrambled eggs with tofu once or twice a week. For miso, start slow. All you need is a teaspoon dissolved in warm water, never boiling, and you have a gut-healing soup in minutes. You can also add miso to sauces, salad dressings, or use it to glaze roasted vegetables. Its flavor is deep and savory. A little goes a long way. And what about edamame? Just keep a frozen bag in your freezer. It's one of the easiest Japanese ingredients to find in Western markets. Boil for 5 minutes, sprinkle with salt, and enjoy as a snack while watching TV or reading. Or toss the shelled version into rice, quinoa, or pasta dishes. You don't have to cook everything from scratch or follow strict rules. Japanese elders don't eat perfectly every day. They simply build meals around balance, calm, and rhythm. If cooking feels like too much right now, just start with one swap. Replace your lunch meat sandwich with tofu or edamame. Add miso soup to your morning routine 2 times a week. Remember, your body doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for consistency and kindness. And food can be a form of kindness, especially when it brings relief. In Japan, food isn't just eaten, it's combined with purpose. And when it comes to relieving joint pain, it's not just the plant proteins that help, it's what they're served with that creates real transformation. Let's start with something you've likely seen but maybe never tried: seaweed. Wakame, kombu, and nori are staples in Japanese kitchens, and they're packed with minerals like magnesium and iodine, which help reduce inflammation in joints and support thyroid health. When paired with tofu or miso, seaweed creates a complete mineral-rich meal that fuels the body gently. And for seniors, the iodine in seaweed supports hormonal balance, a key factor in joint pain and fatigue. Another common combination is tofu with shiitake mushrooms. Shiitake contains a compound called erythadinine, which may help lower inflammation and improve blood flow, important for aching joints and cold hands or feet. Together, tofu and shiitake deliver plant protein plus immune-supportive compounds, perfect for the aging body. It's no wonder this pairing appears so often in Japanese centenarian meals. Next, let's talk about fermented sides, like tsukemono or pickled vegetables. These crunchy, colorful additions bring beneficial bacteria to the gut, which directly affects inflammation levels throughout the body. When gut bacteria are balanced, the immune system is less likely to trigger painful joint flares. That's why miso plus pickles is a power couple in Japanese kitchens. Another secret pairing? Edamame with sesame seeds. Sesame is rich in healthy fats and copper, a trace mineral involved in maintaining cartilage and reducing swelling. Together, they form a portable anti-inflammatory snack, and they're delicious with a few drops of soy sauce or lemon. It's the kind of simple combination that adds up over years. We also see plant proteins combined with anti-inflammatory teas, like genmaicha, green tea with roasted brown rice, or bancha. These teas are served warm, calming, and rich in catechins, natural compounds that reduce oxidative stress. Many elders sip tea before or during meals, not after. This timing helps ease digestion, reduce post-meal inflammation, and gently stimulate circulation. What's important to remember is this: Japanese elders don't count macros or obsess over protein grams. They build meals with balance, variety, and attention. And that rhythm nourishes not just the body, but the spirit. You don't need to learn a new cuisine. Just add one combination at a time, maybe tofu with mushrooms or edamame with sesame. Over time, those additions become habits, and those habits become healing. Healing doesn't happen in a single meal, but it can begin in one. Let your next plate carry the same intention Japanese elders have practiced for generations: food that brings relief, strength, and peace. Not all centenarians run marathons, but many still cook their meals and walk to the market. In Japan, aging is not feared, it's respected, even with wrinkles, back pain, or slower steps. The strength of Japanese elders doesn't come from expensive treatments or strict diets. It comes from consistency, community, and care, especially in the foods they choose every day. If you've been living with joint pain for years, you may feel like you've tried everything. But healing doesn't always mean doing more. Sometimes it means returning to what is simple, nourishing, and trusted. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to begin and keep going gently. Maybe that beginning is a bowl of miso soup tomorrow morning. Maybe it's switching one snack to edamame or buying tofu instead of processed meat. With each small choice, your body feels heard, and the pain that once felt permanent starts to loosen its grip. The Japanese way isn't about quick fixes. It's about building resilience slowly, meal by meal, step by step. And that's something we can all do, no matter where we live. If you want to rebuild strength naturally after 60, start with your plate. Slow down, feel the rhythm, and let your body remember what it was made to do. Move with grace. Subscribe for more Japanese-inspired longevity wisdom, shared with calm and care. And if you want to go deeper, we gently recommend The Longevity Diet, a book that aligns beautifully with the message of this video. Link in the description.